Good morning. Yeah, it's Saturday morning, and I have a whole lot to do today, and I'm behind on everything. So, just one more little video isn't going to hurt anything. I want to say a few things in support of Gavin Seim. I know there's a lot of people, I shouldn't say a lot of people, there's some people out there really take issue with him challenging law enforcement. Well, you know, those people that got an issue with, if you got a better idea, I would sure like to hear it. I'd sure like to see it. The fact of the matter is the law enforcement person that's got boots on the ground that is the most accessible. You're not going to get to the judges and the politicians, you know, that control this whole thing. But you can get to the law enforcement that's got boots on the ground. They will talk to you. They will listen to you. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense that that's where you would want to challenge the establishment. All right? I think there's a lot of good people that are in law enforcement. Probably nobody's been more critical of law enforcement than myself through the years. I've been extremely critical, but that's been by design. I like to, when something really bad happens and law enforcement is the culprit, then I think they should be collectively called out. Even though there are good ones that would never do such a thing. You know, there are law enforcement people out there that would probably sacrifice their life before they would make the mistake of shooting and killing an innocent person. In fact, I know there is. So, but nevertheless, I feel like it's important to call them out collectively because they're all part of the same machinery, the same mechanisms that oppress their fellow man. Now let that sink in. See, that's really important. And it doesn't matter, I shouldn't just say law enforcement, I'm going to say government agencies, law enforcement, because they seem to have a respect for each other that is misplaced, especially like the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, which is, the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, is an atrocity. It's an abomination. And the Forest Service and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services. Anything under the Department of Agriculture really needs to go. Because you will find good people in those agencies, but they're all part of the machinery and mechanism that is oppressing their fellow man. And stupid is as stupid does. Evil is what evil does. And the fact of the matter, these agencies do very, very little good anymore. And I'm going to throw the FBI in there. Maybe the FBI is finally starting to get their head on straight, at least if you can believe alternative media. And I think they are. I think there's a lot of good people in the FBI that realize the atrocities that the previous administration has done, that understand that Hillary and Bill Clinton have been a plague upon America for some time now. What are they? There's 40 years. I think it's 40 years. They've been in politics and any number of murders. I forget how many that's grown up around them. Strange murders, and they continue to this day. And these people got to be brought to justice. Now I'm starting to get a little bit off the subject, and I want to make this a really quick video. I want to hammer home the fact, okay, that all law enforcement, all government agencies are part of the machinery and the mechanism in this country that is oppressing, murdering our fellow man. Yeah, there's good people in there. I know that. I don't have to be browbeat to come up and say that. But the fact of the matter is, just by them being there, lends credibility to that agency. And see, that's the rub. That's the bad part about it. The agencies have got to go. They just got to go. You know, these agencies have no constitutional mandate. In my belief system, God said anything more or less than the Constitution of the United States cometh of evil. Okay, so somebody really needs to show me where any of these agencies are found in the Constitution of the United States, specifically the Enclave Clause. They're all in violation of the 9th and 10th Amendment, and they have proven to be evil. You know, they're just evil organizations when you get right down to it. Maybe it's only 51% evil as opposed to 49%, but they're progressive. It will get worse as time goes on. So anyhow, more power to Gavin, Seim, and anybody who will challenge the foot soldiers, you know, when you talk to them. And again, what I mean by challenge is just look at the way Gavin, Seim addresses them. He's not rude, okay? Unless you say making a person think about what they're doing is rude, okay? And so many people are like that. You know, oh, don't challenge me. You're going to hurt my feelings. Well, that sounds like a bunch of libtards to me. Yeah, don't hurt my feelings. Don't make me feel uncomfortable. You know, just let me do my job, regardless how bad it is in oppressing my fellow citizen. See, there's no excuse for that. And there's nothing wrong with challenging them and making them look at themselves. Make them get up in the mirror and look at themselves and really think about what they're doing. You know, enlarge our horizons. Maybe some of these people, you know, just need somebody like Gavin, Seim to challenge him. Because here's the thing: how many times do you see government officials? Let's just pick one, you know, out of thin air. FBI agent. How many times do you hear them say, "Well, I'm not going to argue with you. You know, I'm here to do a job." Well, they don't have an argument. That's the whole point. You know, they're you know, if they had an argument, you would hear it, okay? But they're compartmentalized on a need-to-know basis, and they've never taken the time to really look at their oath, the oath that they took, you know, raise their arm to the square, put their hand on the Bible, and took an oath to God to support, defend against all enemies the Constitution of the United States. A lot of them took that oath and never even thought about it, okay? So they need to be aroused. They need to be awakened to what they did and said, what they said and did in their, you know, when they first became a Leo, or when they first became an FBI agent, or DHS agent, or whatever, a U.S. Marshals. And if somebody doesn't challenge them, are they ever going to actually take the time to look at what they said, to look at their oath? I don't think so. I don't think they ever will. They become robotic, just doing their job and collecting a paycheck. And as I've said before, that is the most pitiful excuse there is, because that's what all dictators rely upon. They rely upon brainwashed individuals just doing their job. And, you know, they hold that carrot out in front of them, which is their paycheck. And they just hold it out there and say, oh, you want your paycheck? Oh, well, you just better do your job, regardless of how bad it is. Well, that will descend into hell eventually. Look at the ultimate outcome of somebody that just continuously does their job. History will show you mass genocides where they were just doing their job. And you know, once you go down that road to a certain point, no individual has the internal fortitude to turn it around. They just don't. When you ascended to hell to a certain level, you've lost the ability to turn it around. And when you have law enforcement that is agreeing, let's say SS troops, Nazi Germany. They know everybody's they knew everybody was watching them, and they knew that they couldn't turn it around, or they themselves and their wives and their children would be executed. China, the Bolshevik Revolution. Historically, this is what always happens. So don't think that all of a sudden these Leos or these government agencies are all of a sudden are going to realize what they're doing and stop, unless you stop them now before it gets too bad. Because once they lose the Spirit of God through their transgression, it becomes so bad. It becomes so bad that they lose the Spirit of God and they lose the ability to even change their ways. So yes, they need to be challenged. Kelli Stewart was talking about that the other day. Kudos to her. You know, I'm on board with her. I'm on board with Gavin, Seim. They need to be challenged. I don't know how good I am at it, but I am going to, for now on, look for opportunities to challenge the status quo, to challenge these FBI agents, U.S. Marshals, even local police, sheriffs. Everybody knows I get on the sheriff's case. I've been doing that for a long time, even Sheriff Knapp. You know, it's easy to point out their errors because they're always talking about the Constitution of the United States. Now, everybody's got to live the Constitution of the United States. And when they don't, it's really easy to point it out. But it's a lot harder to point it out to, you know, just a rookie cop on the beat. It's really hard. But we got to do it. Okay? Thank you so much. Hope everybody has a great Saturday. I got to get to work. God bless America. Love you all. Bye-bye.